What's happening, everybody? It's me once again. I appreciate you being here with me. Today, I'm down by the river, creek, stream, whatever you want to call it. And I just wanted to talk today about judge not, lest you be judged. And why is that so important? I feel, I don't know if this is true for you guys, that everything I've judged in my life, I've had to experience. And maybe that's the way what we know as karma works, or stuff that's stored in our body, genetics, the triggers that come up that we need to overcome because our body wants to get them out. And so if we keep reacting the same thing over and over again, it's like playing a video game and you can't get through that one fucking level. It's really difficult, and you keep dying. Well, maybe you're doing the wrong approach. Maybe you need to change it up. Maybe if you go left instead of right, then that's the key that unlocks the next level. And so maybe that's how this alien generated holographic matrix reality that we live in actually works. When your triggers come up from the past, or you judge something, which is essentially a trigger. If you see somebody wearing something that you think is stupid, that's a judgment. Or if you see somebody who's obese and you're like, oh my God, how could they ever get like that? How could they let themselves do that? Well, that's a judgment. And maybe not in this life, but in the next life, perhaps you'll experience that. And then you'll be like, shit, now I understand. And so that's kind of how the dark mind matrix reality that we live in kind of works. And so judge not lest ye be judged is very important. If you can see everything with neutrality and perfection and say, well, that person had free will to get there, even though they might not have really consciously chose it, because everything's stored in our DNA, everything's from our memories. So, maybe they didn't just get to that point. It's been a lot of their ancestors' thoughts, beliefs, programs, their judgments, their traumas and dramas, all stored in our DNA. So when you see somebody, that's the end result of generations of fucking mayhem. So just see them in perfection and understanding and be like, oh, that's just perfect. That's their program. They couldn't be more perfect than they are. And so when we take the judgments out, we don't have to experience them. We can stay in neutrality. We don't, judge not lest you be judged. And I don't know if anybody else out there likes being judged, but I sure don't. And I do my best not to judge. And I'm, every day I'm working harder and harder at it. And when the triggers come up, those are your points of transcendence to take a deep breath and say, not today. Anyways, thank you guys. I'm out of time. Peace.